Are you sick of seeing the same 3 comedy anime on every single must-watch list? If you've scrolled past Konosuba, Kaguya-sama, and Gintama for the 1000th time, I get it. Comedy is supposed to be subjective, but the recommendations are all starting to feel the same. If you're looking for a comedy that's genuinely funny but never seems to get the love it deserves, you've come to the right place. Today, we're going way off the beaten path. We're finding some masterpieces that got buried and shining a light on modern classics that were totally overlooked. We've got 10 hidden gems, from weird satires to bonkers slice-of-life shows that are guaranteed to make you laugh. These are the shows that prove the comedy genre is so much deeper and stranger than the mainstream gives it credit for. Let's jump in. Kicking things off at number 10, we have a recent classic that uses parody like a weapon: Romantic Killer. This 2022 anime takes on the reverse harem genre by turning it completely upside down. Our hero, Anzu Hoshino, wants nothing more than to play video games, eat chocolate, and chill with her cat. But her perfect life gets torched when a magical wizard shows up, steals her favorite things, and forces her into a real-life dating sim to help fix Japan's declining birth rate. The comedy is an absolute riot. Anzu isn't some passive protagonist. She actively fights back against every romantic trope with hilarious expressions and pure stubbornness. The show is a brilliant takedown of the genre's cliches, but its real strength is how it develops the characters beyond the jokes, even handling some surprisingly serious topics with a lot of grace. While people who saw it loved it, it got a bit lost in the shuffle of bigger shows that season, making it a perfect hidden gem for anyone who loves sharp satire with a whole lot of heart. For our number 9 spot, let's hop in the time machine and go back to 2002 for a true classic of slice-of-life comedy, Azumanga Daioh. This show is arguably one of the godfathers of the cute girls doing cute things genre, setting the stage for so many shows that followed. It follows the daily lives of 6 eccentric high school girls and their equally weird teachers, telling their story through a series of short, funny skits. The humor is a perfect mix of surreal gags and sharp observational comedy. From Chio, the 10-year-old child prodigy, to Osaka, the spacey airhead, every character is unbelievably distinct and charming. The show's magic lies in making totally normal, mundane moments feel extraordinary and hilarious. Because it's an older series, a lot of newer anime fans have never even heard of it, which is a tragedy. It's a foundational piece of anime comedy, and its relaxed, charming humor still holds up perfectly today. At number 8, we have a show that takes the very real pain of millennial burnout and spins it into a truly unique, dark comedy, Life Lessons with Uramichi Oniisan. The setup alone is perfect. Uramichi is a 31-year-old ex-gymnast who now works as a super peppy exercise instructor on a kids' show. But behind that strained smile is a deeply cynical and emotionally exhausted man who just can't stop his bleak thoughts about life from slipping out on camera. The humor is sharp and painfully relatable for any adult who's had to slap on a happy face for work. The show gets so much comedy from the clash between the forced cheerfulness of the TV program and the depressing adult lives of its cast. It's a type of dark, existential humor you just don't see in anime very often. Finding laughs in the absurdity of being a group. It's underrated because its jokes are aimed squarely at a working adult audience, a group that often gets ignored in the anime world. If you love deadpan delivery and jokes that hit a little too close to home, you have to watch this. Sliding into our number 7 spot is a show that proves you don't need magic or sci-fi to be ridiculously funny: Daily Lives of High School Boys. This 2012 series is just pure gag comedy. It's a collection of skits that perfectly nails the dumb, hilarious, and completely pointless stuff teenage boys get up to when no one's watching. The show takes the most boring situations, like trying on your sister's skirt or acting out an RPG with a stick, and makes them comedy gold through clever dialogue and the characters' dead serious commitment to their absurd ideas. It's often called the male version of shows like Azumanga Daioh or Nichiju, and it brilliantly makes fun of common anime tropes along the way. Its skit format means that no joke ever gets old, keeping the show fast-paced and consistently funny. Even though it's a bit of a cult classic, it remains a true hidden gem, often living in the shadow of its female-led counterparts. If you love self-aware, character-driven humor that finds comedy in the everyday, this is a classic you need to see. Our 6th pick is a show that a lot of people have heard of but not enough have actually watched. A series that's always compared to Gintama but totally deserves to stand on its own: Sket. Dance. This show ran for 77 episodes from 2011 to 2012 and is all about the Skidan, a high school club that helps students with any problem, no matter how weird. The club has 3 members: the artistic leader, boasting the tough Osnel's exiliquent Heimko, and the quiet otaku Switch, who only talks through his laptop. What makes Sket Dance so great is its amazing mix of wild parody, goofy humor, and genuinely touching character stories. One episode will have you dying of laughter at a ridiculous invention, and the next will hit you right in the feels with a deep and emotional backstory. People call it Gintama in high school, and sure, they're similar. But this show has its own unique charm and a more grounded, relatable vibe. Its long episode count and the Gintama comparison have left it pretty underrated, but it's one of the most consistently funny and heartfelt comedies ever made. For our number 5 spot, let's get weird. Like, truly, beautifully weird. Fresh from 2024, we have My Dear Friend Nokotan, a surreal gag comedy that runs on pure, unfiltered chaos. The story starts when Tarako, a former delinquent trying to be a perfect student, has her life flipped upside down by Nokaten, a new student who has deer antlers and might be an actual deer. It's a lot. The humor is completely off the wall, mixing slapstick, bizarre visuals, fourth wall breaks, and a non-stop barrage of deer puns. Some viewers found its randomness to be a bit much, but if you love nonsensical comedy, this show is a goldmine. It became a bit of a meme online, but a lot of people only saw the clips and never actually watched the series, leaving it in this weird spot of being well-known but underwatched. If you're a fan of shows that throw logic straight out the window for the sake of chaotic fun, My Dear Friend Nokaten is a ride you have to take. At number 4, we have a show that pushes the limits of social satire and dirty jokes as far as they can possibly go. Shimoneta, A Boring World, where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist. It's set in a dystopian Japan where all lewd talk is illegal, and everyone wears a device that monitors them for immoral behavior. Our hero, Tanukichi Okamer, just wants to get with his crush, the super proper student council president, but his plans get ruined when he's blackmailed into joining SOX, a terrorist group led by the masked pervert Blue Snow, whose goal is to fight the government by spreading lewd material everywhere. The comedy in Shimoneta is bold, smart, and incredibly funny. It uses its wild premise to launch a hilarious and surprisingly clever critique of censorship and moral panic. The jokes are, of course, extremely dirty, but they're wrapped in a smart social commentary that makes them feel earned. Because of its controversial and explicit content, it's a show that most mainstream channels won't recommend, making it a definite underrated gem. If you aren't afraid of offensive humor and love a good satire, Shimoneta is unforgettable. Taking the Bronze Medal is a show that looks like a cute girls doing cute things anime, but is secretly a work of absurd. High-energy comedy, Asobi Asobase workshop of fun. This 2018 anime is about 3 middle school girls, the hyper Hanako, the American transfer student Olivia, who pretends she can't speak Japanese, and the quiet-looking Kasumi who form the Pastomers Club. Forget everything you expect from a slice-of-life show. This anime is pure chaos. The humor comes from the huge gap between the girls' cute, innocent appearances and their bizarre, sometimes cruel, and hilariously ugly freak-out faces. The comedy swings from absurd situations and wild overreactions to some surprisingly sharp psychological humor. It completely deconstructs the cute girls genre by making its heroines flawed, competitive, and sometimes just plain mean. And that's what makes it so brilliant. Asobi Asobase is the definition of a hidden gem adored by those who've seen it but criminally underwatched by everyone else. Our runner-up is a masterclass in smart, subversive comedy that most people missed back in 2010. Sorademo, Machi wa Mawateru, or And Yet the Town Moves. The show follows Hotori Arashiyama, a clumsy, mystery-obsessed high school girl working at a failing maid cafe. The premise sounds simple, but the show is anything but. This series is a brilliant parody that expertly plays with genre tropes. One episode might be a normal slice-of-life comedy, the next a locked room mystery, and the one after that might dip into actual sci-fi, all while staying consistently funny. The humor is witty and comes from the fantastic cast and their hilarious interactions. It's a show that trusts its audience to be smart, weaving in clever jokes and callbacks. It was directed by Akuki Shinbo, famous for Monogatari and Madoka Magica, so it has a really unique visual style. It's subtle, clever humor meant it never got huge. But for anyone who appreciates smart writing and genre-bending comedy, Uramichi is a true masterpiece. And finally, our number one underrated comedy anime. A show that is a perfect blend of romance, comedy, and absurdity. Aharen-san wa Hakarenai, or Aharen-san, is indecipherable. Released in 2022, this anime is about the deadpan Reito and his classmate, the tiny and equally quiet Reina Aharen. Reito wants to make friends, but Aharen is impossible to figure out. One second, she's inches from his face, the next, she's across the room. He quickly realizes she has absolutely no concept of personal space. The genius of this show is its total commitment to that one central joke, escalating the absurdity of Aharen and Reito's deadpan relationship to unbelievable levels. What starts as a simple problem with distance quickly spirals into bizarre contests, epic rap battles, and weird imaginary scenarios, all delivered with a perfectly straight face. The supporting cast is just as weird, adding even more layers to the chaos. It was overshadowed by the bigger rom-coms that season, making Aharen-san the ultimate underrated gem. It's a sweet, wholesome, and endlessly creative comedy that will have you laughing your head off while rooting for its wonderfully weird main couple. And that's the list. 10 comedy anime that are tragically overlooked and totally deserve your time. From dark humor and social satire to just pure, nonsensical fun, I hope you found at least one new show to check out. The world of anime comedy is huge and full of hidden treasures, and these are just a few of my favorites that don't get enough credit. But now, it's your turn. What's your favorite underrated comedy anime? Did I miss a gem that you think should have been on this list? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of them, and you might just give me an idea for the next video. If you found a new show today, please like this video and subscribe for more dives into the best of anime. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.